You know, he didn't want to sort of risk anything with regards to like different types of mics and cameras filming in the house if it was going to affect him, where he wants to remain, you know, in his clear as sort of the best health and you know, with his faculties being unimpaired.
From my 20s, I noticed when I was sort of mid-20s using the old VDU computers, I had problems using those, and the sensation I would get from that would be like a fogginess of thought. As time would go on, up until like an hour where I would have to stop, there would just be an absence of the ability to think. So whatever task I was doing on the computer, I would just be unable to continue doing that task. A few years later, I had one of the early mobile phones, which was on the GSM network, and that's when I started experiencing symptoms which were quite what I would think out of the ordinary. There was an instance where I was shopping in town and I took a phone call on the phone and used it for, it was probably the longest I'd used it up until that point. It was for a few minutes, and literally it was, I had forgotten, I couldn't think what I was doing in town, couldn't think where I was going shopping, what I had come into town to get. I'd just sit down and just let it wear off. I went into the sports shop and there was a queue behind me, and a simple task like writing a check I just could not do. I went through 6 checks. It's an extraordinary thing to experience, and I've heard of other people. It was one of the ES newsletters, and one of the doctors described it, and she thought she had Alzheimer's coming on. And she described the symptoms, and it was pretty much the same symptoms, which they refer to as thought block, which I think just about covers it.